So I got this comment from one of our viewers basically saying that Vincent responded to his comment talking about how he basically was full of shit, essentially, stealing my ideas and kind of repackaging as a new thing with the whole, stretching the content and SDR to be more creative, more colorful, and so on and so forth. Basically, abandon your reference accurate industry standards, do what you want, have fun, and make something truly new and transformative. Well, he replied apparently, so me being me, I was very curious. I was like, what could you possibly say to defend yourself against that? Of course, it was nothing. And I look at his comment, and Vincent essentially says that, and I'll read it word for word. To somebody else because I couldn't find the one where he was responding directly to this person, but I saw another one, and man, Vincent's really in his own head here. He says, "LOL, really? You couldn't even produce a respectable HDR grade video if you tried. We're using DaVinci Resolve Studio software and grading on an Asus blah 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 mini LED monitor with 1800 nits of peak brightness, 86%. Oh my god, Rec 2020, as if anyone, here's what he said here, as if anyone can just grade the footage to HDR and WCG like we can." Holy fuck. So now he's disrespecting every single colorist on earth as if anyone could do it like he can. And that part really pissed me off thoroughly because I have excellent teachers, excellent trainers, excellent gurus that know what they're doing. I have been very openly and admittedly an entry level colorist because there's so much to learn. And here Vincent is stepping on this perch saying, as if anyone can just color grade essentially like they can. You can't just color grade HDR and wide color gamut like we can. And then he throws out all these bullshit metrics as if they mean anything, like 1800 nits or, Rec 2020, 86%. Like, anyone could buy your fucking monitor, okay? Like, don't act like you're like some fucking god over here. You're not God, dude. You're just a man. And I don't think he realizes that. I think maybe after a while, subscriber counts get in people's heads. But we'll get to the nifty, little, information here in a second. I want you to read my response. I told him, you just used 3 nodes. Stop acting like a pro. You have no complex node trees, so yeah, anyone can do what you did, Vincent. Stop the cap. Not only did he delete my comment after it started gaining traction, more traction than his initial response, because people started realizing what I said was right, at least people who know what they're talking about, but also, if you look in his video, you'll see what I'm talking about. For those that don't know, this is a node tree. This is how your DaVinci Resolve is supposed to look when you are color grading HDR and doing a film remaster. Essentially, all you're really doing is going in and making the corrections through a serious like deep dive of nodes, multiple layers, multiple corrections. You're remapping and basically rebuilding the film. Vincent didn't do anything like that, and to stand up there and say, as if anyone can do what he did, let me show you what Vincent did. Vincent used 3 fucking nodes. Three. 3 nodes, bro. 3 nodes and like what, maybe a power window for masking? Like that's nothing. That is a basic color grade. Any newbie can do that. Any, tutorial on YouTube will teach you how to do that in under 30 seconds. That's not actually being taught how to do anything. And it just blows my mind that this competent person, as we're going to call him, we're not going to call him names. I'll try not to anyway. Probably going to throw that out of the window, but I'll try. Okay, this competent guy, in all of his experience as this industry expert, doesn't realize that all he's done at this point was turn on DaVinci Resolve. You haven't even delved deep into what the software is capable of, and you dare, on your word, try to say that as if anyone can just color grade HDR like you did. You did 3 nodes. This person, I just pulled this image, by the way, off of Google. Just a random search for HDR color grades in case you wanted to see what a node tree looks like, Vincent. Because I'm not going to pretend or cap like I am professional enough to build out a complex node tree scene like these Hollywood filmmakers, like these people that are on that level, right? Like the people teaching me how to do this shit. I'm not there yet. And I'm more than willing to admit I'm not there yet. I'm still learning how to color grade to get to a commercial level. I'm not there yet. But Vincent feels like what this person is doing with all these complex node trees and remapping and rebuilding and all that, nothing. That's nothing. I'm the best. With my 3 fucking node trees, I've essentially done all the work of somebody doing multiple node tree builds. And, and it's arrogance. It's this is, you want to know why I cannot stand HDTV Test? This is why. Because of ignorant comments like this, where he comes out grandstanding and saying as if anyone can just grade the footage to HDR and wide color gram it like we did. Meanwhile, I can tell you, you can do that shit within like the 3 nodes that he did. All you need to do is do a color space transform. You need to change the output gamma to HLG so it recognizes, or BT, or what is it, Dolby Vision if you want, or HDR10 if you want. You can choose what gamma output you choose. You don't have to select it as the original gamma. And again, for him to pretend like he did anything majorly advanced outside of play with some colors or anything like that, like, you're not actually rebuilding the film, guy. Lower that arrogance and that confidence. Because when somebody that actually knows how the software works walks into the room, you look like a fool, literally a fool, because you're sitting here beating your chest and you just turned the software on. So I wanted to show this off because Vincent seems to think that he's some sort of guru, and I don't know why he thinks he's a professional when, let's call him out again. In the history of his channel, he has never in his life produced a single beautiful picture setting, ever. Nobody has ever talked about quantum settings and said, oh, quantum settings are just so garbage, they're so trash. All the members that I know have been very happy with the settings, with some people needing to make adjustments per their preferences, but no one's ever walked away like, oh, this is ugly. I have seen people say that I tried Vincent's recommended settings for how he would set it, and it's basically the default settings that come with the TV. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He sits here, relies on software. Once he understands how software works, starts beating his chest and thinks he's better than everybody. He isn't everyman. Anyone can run software. Most of the software has guides out there, and if they don't, you can just Google how to use the software, like people don't know how to YouTube videos. And Vincent really pissed me off with that comment, to say that within 3 node trees, he can do basically essentially better than anyone. Anyone? That's the arrogance over at HDTV Test. This is why I constantly so-called call him out. He needs to be humbled. He needs to know his place. He needs to know he has room to grow. He has things to learn. And when he wants to talk down to his viewers and try to just blanketly just shit on everybody, I'm going to call him out because I know how the software works. I use it all the time. And for an amateur to get up there and say, you couldn't even produce a respectable HDR video grade if you tried, as he sits there on 3 fucking nodes, is just nerve. The audacity on that guy. So Vincent, if you're watching this video, learn how the software works. Don't just learn the basics before you start spouting out that you're some sort of professional. Make sure you actually are, because while you may have deleted my comment, you didn't delete the proof. The proof is still up there, and anyone watching that video will know. And now that I've connected the dots by showing them what you said and showing them your 3 fucking nodes, go ahead and respond, Vincent. I fucking dare you. There isn't a thing you can say to defend yourself on this one, and that's a promise.